At MPC, we enhance experiences in film and advertising through things like VFX, grading, and post-production. I mean, even 5 years ago, the CG levels of photorealism are nowhere near what they are today. A lot of this stuff people have seen in the film world, but now it's kind of trickling down, that technology.
This project is for a Christmas advertisement for a German supermarket. Almost like a short film. You know, it's much longer than a usual commercial and it has a lot of really dramatic, different environments.
Visual effects are pretty complex world, really, and lighting plays a big part of it. The lighters are the ones to sort of set the CG mood of things.
It's almost always a better start if we can get something in camera that has a little bit of that realness in it already. And so what they did on set was the director actually got like in a little balaclava suit and had a big torch, you know, like a flashlight, and went through the fog mimicking the actions of the robot.
He became the robot in most of the shots. That actually helped animation a lot because he almost gave a character to the robot before we started animating him. Out on the shoot, often you do things like relay information that people are working on concepts here, because that can inform the director and the agency on set. A lot of my job was also to capture information that the CG guys would need back here, things like HDRI images and Macbeth charts and chrome balls.
Yes, we are doing CG, so you know, we potentially could do whatever we want, but we are trying to represent the reality, really.
People have become very savvy when it comes to, you know, and very discerning in terms of, you know, what is quality CG, what is not, and you know, that's really pushed us. It's all about the integration of CG elements, matte painting, and all that into a live action plate that was shot. An example of digital matte painting would be the opening shot. Obviously that was shot as a plate, so then a matte painting is we take a still frame of that shot. The matte painter can then work away on that frame, paint any bits of cracks, vine, or destroyed buildings and everything. Then when we get that frame back, we can project it back onto the live action plate, and then that follows the camera move. So we had to really match all these elements to work together. I mean, the best thing we can do is for no one to notice what we've actually added.
Animation as a kind of a technique hasn't changed in decades, I guess. The principles are all the same, but the technology that we work with has changed massively. When a character is kind of modeled, so we get a 3D model created, we will then start to talk with the rigger about how we need this character to move. So rigging is where they put a sort of a skeleton inside the 3D mesh that's being modeled that we can then manipulate, where we can move an arm, we can move a finger, we can lift eyebrows. Basically like acting, but through a computer character. So probably one of the most crucial areas is the eyes. Yeah, that's a real key element. We had these kind of flaps on the side, and we use those also as a trigger to try and show their mood. Collaborating with people is probably one of the best things about this job, this industry. You get to work with a really wide variety of skill sets and people.
So someone who's not a lighter, someone who maybe was doing the animation or is, you know, the VFX producer or something, everyone can kind of chime in with what they see, because even if you're, you know, the most talented artist in the entire world, like nothing beats getting fresh eyes.
I think that's amazing, because it's such a complex and complicated craft. It has to have all these figures, and it's amazing to see how they cooperate together. And I think that's what always keeps me going. I think it's beautiful.